What is going on, you dead set legends? And welcome to the Ready Bang, the #1 arm wrestling show on the planet. And I'm your host, the Aussie arm wrestler. And boy, oh boy, what a guest we have for you this evening, or this morning, or this afternoon, or wherever you are around the world. If I'm going to quote my guest, he's strong as fuck. Never knew a big, massive man could get such a high-pitched voice. If he doesn't arm wrestle, we'll get him in a cappella. And, of course, I'm talking about the potential Levan Slayer, Big Daddy, Jerry Cadorette. Jerry, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, my man.
Mate, a cappella, what do we think? Strong as fuck. Did you know you couldn't hit that pitch?
Are you making fun of me?
No, I think I was just more shocked. I was like, oh, okay, beautiful.
I was super excited. Kind of lost my voice after the event from screaming and whatnot, but I'll tell you, what an amazing event. Such an electrifying experience to have it in the United States, because there was so many people there, and then we were, it was a little hot in there, but it was just absolutely electrifying in that room.
Yeah, so that was going to be one of my things. Like, can you? I come from team sports. Oh no, where's he gone? Where have you gone, Jerry? His screen's gone. We'll see if we can get him back, and then we'll say hi to everyone. What's going on, Jerry? Maybe come back out and come back in. Let's see what he does. I'll just live TV, everybody, live TV. See how we go. He is here. I'll just message him. Maybe come back out and come back in the chat. I don't know what happened there. He's turned his microphone off, but Jerry is with us, and you all want to say hi to Jerry, so just give us a moment. We'll see. You heard Jerry there? Maybe because get your best conspiracy theories. Why Jerry's screen's gone black, but he was there with us. I've sent him a message. Oh, he's trying. I wonder if he got a call or something. Let's have a look. Because there's nothing I can do on my end, unfortunately, except for pop him out of the chat. So bear with us. We'll get him there. Let's get him in there. Maybe it was too bloody hot. Okay, so he's read my message, and we'll say hi to a few of you, including the Drew, Marcus Christensen from Norway. Love myself some Norwegian action, that is for sure. Major Mason is a star. Finally, I've caught you red-armed, Aussie. Yeah, and and I'm here on time since the schedule changed. No, appreciate it. Yeah, no maximum bang this week, but we will go back on Sunday.
You get me back? Can you hear me now?
We'll try again.
Yes.
Oh, no, you're frozen. You have frozen as soon as you started talking. Let's have he's there and thereabouts. You froze again. I'll just maybe put it in the private chat. Froze again, mate. Well, this is bloody annoying. Anyway, I'll quickly say hi to a few people. As you can see, Jerry's there. I'm not. Oh, maybe I could do a puppet thing. Hey, so Jerry, how you go? Oh, all righty.
Can you hear me again?
Yeah.
I'm trying to move closer to my Wi-Fi. I don't know. Comcast. Don't ever get Comcast. They suck.
There you go. You've heard it from the man himself.
Is it better for me to turn it sideways or straight up?
Yeah, turn it the other way.
Every time I turn it, it's fucking up.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
All righty. So home crowd advantage. 500. Was there about 500 people there in the crowd?
990.
Oh, so you almost got 1,000 people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Jeez, what's that like? Because I like I was saying before, I come from team sports. I'm a big advocate of a loud crowd. I know, like when playing sports here, and we get thousands of people at a game. There's just something about it that gets the lollybags up and about.
Oh, it's absolutely insane when you hear everyone screaming and all excited. You just get pumped up too. And they're screaming USA, they're screaming Jerry. And I'll tell you, the other part was insane is I had to go after John, right? So
yeah,
John,
after his performance.
Right? So I'm trying to block that light right there. There you go.
Yeah.
What the frick? Hold on.
No, you're right. Everything's perfect.
Am I good right there? There we go.
Yeah.
So, you get up there and then, I'm the main event, the last match, and John's the match before me. And what ends up happening?
Oh, God, you're front. Oh, yeah.
Huh? Can you hear me?
Try. Go again.
Yeah. It's you should have did this through like Zoom or something. It would have been easier.
I've been using StreamYard for 3 years and it's working. You've been on StreamYard before.
I don't know. Whatever. Right.
That's right. We'll roll through.
Dude, everyone blows your phone up. My phone up. So every time it moves or someone does something. But anyway, so
yeah.
So now John's going before me. And then his match was amazing. Now remember, all the ones who went before me, Michael Todd won 3-0. Todd Hutchins won 3-0. John won 3-0. Now I gotta go. So if I do anything other than win 3-0, I'm gonna look like an asshole. Right? So I'm like, oh man. And you got all the legends, right, in the sport from the United States. The all close to 50 or over 50. 7 of us, and all of us won right-handed.
Yeah.
Travis had to go fuck it up and lose left-handed, but all right-handed is the only one that matters. So everyone won.
Yeah, because Dave Chafee won as well.
Yeah.
He beat Frank Barelli. So yeah, you guys put on a show. So then a lot of the things that were criticized for Team West was the travel and jet lag and things like that. Did it make a significant difference to you? What do you think the X factor was? Was it the travel? Was it the 1,000 people screaming Jerry or USA? Was it your prep for this match? What do you think the X factor was that 90% delivered?
I honestly believe that the crowd had a major role in it, because when you walk in and you've got almost 1,000 people screaming your name and screaming USA and just got your back, it's insane. And I mean, we're setting up and they're like, his shoulder. It's like I got 1,000 people on my side. So, I was amazed by it, and it was unbelievable because I fed off of their excitement and their energy. And I'll tell you, the fans are absolutely awesome. And without fans, there is no sport, right? So I mean, we'd have a sport, but it's just at a ridiculously low level. So
yeah.
Hats off to all the fans, whether they were for me or against me. They took the time and they showed up, and they were amazing. So I really applaud them. So I mean, that for me was the X factor difference, because I went in lighter than I normally am, and I went in at 315 rather than 335. And I mean, it's I've been riding a bike and I've been watching my diet, and I've been a little more. Went to the doctor's office, and then they do that blood test, and they tell you you got high cholesterol, you got high blood pressure, you got high, everything, right? And I was just like, they're like, oh, you're borderline diabetes. You're this. I was like, shit, is there anything good? But I'm like, okay. And so he's like, and I says, listen, I go like this, I don't do any cardio, right? I just pick things up and I put them down, right? And I eat like shit. So he goes, all right, I just want you to try to work on your diet a little bit. He goes, here's what I want. He goes, stay away from carbs, stay away from ice cream, stay away from pasta, stay away from chips, stay away from. I was like, whoa. what the frig? You just want me to die? What am I going to eat? Nothing? Bird seed? And he goes, Jack, I'm trying to help you. Right? I says, all right, whatever. So we'll give it a whirl. So I cut back on everything. And the weight started to just come off. And so pants are much looser. And 20 pounds is, it's substantial, right? It's probably about, what, 7 or 8% of my body.
Yeah.
And so I think I came in more fit, but I was definitely lighter than I wanted to be. Coming in at 315, I thought I was going to be at a disadvantage. And seeing Alex, he looks like a Greek god, right? And
He's a big man.
yeah, you see this 6'8" sculptured dude come out of the back, and you're like, what the frig? I was like, okay, right? And I'm trying to push him just to fucking feel how solid he is. And I was like, nope, that's a dumb mistake because it's like pushing a wall. And so I was like, that's not helping, right? I was just like, all right, whatever. And but I mean, I was ready physically because I was in good shape. So I just didn't know if I was in good enough shape. And because you never know, because I practice up here, and thankfully I got a good group of guys, and they've been working me pretty good. But Nick Stone's been coming up, who's a big power lifter, and then I have my buddy Damien and Jimmy Fitz, and then Jimmy Fitzsimmons has been around for longer than me, and we practice at his house. So they were just literally running the table on me to make sure they were getting me ready. So hats off to them. And now it's got to be a much bigger mountain.
Well, we'll get to that in a moment. Just hold off there, Jerry, because we want to go through the match, and we'll get to everyone in the chat. We'll get to your questions a little bit later on in the program, guys, but hit the like button when you're in here. We're here with the dangerous diabetic Big Daddy, Jerry Cadorette, that is for sure. So then, who just farted on live on air, so that's fine. But when, so losing the weight, so do you think the breathing was so much better for you? Because after round one, you almost fainted.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it was from, right? And my breathing was much better, right? And that was one of the other factors that I knew I was carrying a little extra weight, was when I was watching videos of like my kids or whatever. So we go to watch, my son go play baseball. And when I would get up and literally get up, and we're right next to the fence, take 2 steps and I'm at the fence, and I would video him when he was up to bat. And you're watching the video, and then all of a sudden, when you play it back for family and friends, and you can hear in the video, all you hear is,
yeah,
it's me breathing. And then people are like, what the fuck? Are you out of breath? And I'm like, yeah, I had to run over to the field to get the video shot.
yeah,
Shit, all I did was stand up and go 2 steps, right? So
yeah,
I'm like, I didn't realize it was that bad. So, and then it was, again, out of shape. I mean, round is a shape, but it's a different shape.
yeah.
I was to the point where if I walked around the dealership, and by the time I walked around it, and it's not overly huge, it's regular size, I was out of breath, right? I had to sit down and relax. I'm like, damn. So it was a lot of eye-opening things. And so I wanted to be a little bit healthier. I wanted to be a little bit better physically. And so that's one of the things I worked on.
Yeah, well, I just, before we talk about round one, the realization that now you're the athlete, and so I'd love your situation on this, but you've just gone and you've main evented for arguably the number one arm wrestling promotion in the world, right? You win in the main event, which gives you the number one contender for the super heavyweight championship in the world, right? You do all this on a Saturday, and by Monday, you're back at work. Is that, and I know this happens for 95% of the pullers, is that a big crash from reality and where the sport actually is? Or have you just seen changes where it's like, holy crap, okay, I've made this huge win, and there'll be stages where it'll be my only job?
No, for me, it's always been back to work on Monday. Even when I competed in Turkey, we flew out on Sunday early. And, oftentimes, same thing. When I was in Turkey, I was the main event last match.
Mm.
And so I wasn't competing until about 1 or 2 in the morning, Turkey time.
Yeah.
And we're on an 11 o'clock flight the next morning to go back to Boston. The benefit from that, though, is when you're flying back, you pick up the 6 or 7 hours, right? So that 10-hour flight, and it was 8 hours, might be 8 hours. So you're picking up 8 hours on that 10-hour flight. So it's only 2 hours later, which is weird. When you're
Yeah.
just completing an 11-hour flight, it's only 2 hours later. So it's 1 o'clock. You landed at 1, you left at 11. And but this is obviously a huge advantage to me being over here, but now they can see what we're up against, right?
Yeah.
Because over there, I've said it from day one, it's tough. It's a tough acclimation, right? When you're going to switch from this country to that country, and that's why we fly out on Tuesday, is to try to get prepared for it, in 3 or 4 days to get your body used to that huge difference in time change in that jet lag. But either way, um, I'm always been back to work on Monday.
Yeah. Is it do you have like a big come down or something like that? Is it a big drop in reality, or you just used to it? You used to winning championships, win a main event, back to work within 48 hours.
I've been I've been used to it, right? Because I've been
Yeah.
doing it for longer than most of. It's funny. I've been competing longer than most people been alive, right? And
Yeah.
so it's been a way of life for me. You compete on Saturday, fly home on Sunday, back to work on Monday. My job is what pays the bills. This is something I love to do. I love to compete, and I love the sport of arm wrestling. And but when your job is your job, and you don't want to waste all your vacation time taken away from your family, um, because you want to utilize those days for taking the kids to Disney or something, right? But I don't
Yeah.
like Disney, right? But it's just a word, right? But we went to like Atlantis this year in the Bahamas and spent a week there. That was cool. It was me and my son's birthday, so that's where we got to go do that. And I like to be able to do things like that with the family.
Yeah, beautiful. Now let's get right into it. Round one, you came in and you came in hard and you forced Alex, like Alex was wanting to top roll you, but you forced it out and he ended up coming, I don't know, about 3.5 feet off the back of the pad to try and take your hand. In that mind there, because you like going to the strap, in that mind there, was it all over? Did you just know you had it? Because you had this look about you, which we haven't seen in quite a while, but you just had this aura, alpha aura about you.
I I was super nervous going into that match, right? And I had no idea of what way he was going to try because he was talking like he wanted to go inside. He was talking like he was going to take my hand. He was talking a lot of different things, and it's good for the opponent to make your other opponent confused a little bit. But I mean, I was relentless. I was going to go in and go 100 miles an hour into my move, regardless of what way he was going to go. I just figured I could tell by the way he grabbed my hand what way I thought he was going to go. So for me, when he grabbed my hand, I was like, okay, all right, I got this, right? And then I knew I was going to drive in as hard and as quick as I could. So as soon as I did that, and then we went and we slipped, I was 100% happier, right? And more like sure that it was going to go my way. And then when he was strapped to me and we were going, and I hit and I drove down to the left, and he pulled to the back of the pad. His elbow came way off.
Mm.
And when all the fans are like his elbow, right? And I'm like, hell yeah, they can see it. All right. And then they gave him the foul. I was like, okay. I was like, I felt a big relief off of my back, right? Because I
Yeah.
knew right then that I was quicker and stronger. And so then when they started the match for the third time in the first match, and I just drove in as quick as possible. And I'll tell you what, my hit and my go was on. Like I don't know if you could see it, but it was on. Like I
Yeah,
didn't miss go.
timing.
Yeah, my timing was right there, and so I was super happy with that because that was something I was working on. And because my whole life I've been used to hands on top and then ready go, and
Yeah.
now it's don't move, go, right? And you're like, oh, fuck, okay. And so anyway, after that match, and then I won, I was super pumped, right? And I screamed to the crowd, and because I was getting energy from them, and then I got wicked lightheaded,
Yeah.
right? And I'll tell you, it was the worst was after match two, right? When I got super lightheaded, I almost passed out, and that's no joke.
Ah, yeah, because
I
you tucked in a couple of lollies.
Oh well, I'll tell you. Each person came over to help me, which was awesome because I had Michael Todd come over, Craig Tullier come over, Bob Brown was there, Paul
John
Lynn,
was
right?
there. They
Yep,
were all
John.
there.
So everyone came over to help me, which was awesome, because it showed unity and showed a team. And so I'm like, oh shit. Woo. And then they're like, oh shit, I thought you were gonna fall. I was like, so did I. Right? They're like, all right, quick, hurry up, sit down. And then Bob Brown took the ice off of John Brzezinski, goes, Jerry needs it. Right? And then I was like, sorry, bud. Right? But then so he put the ice on my head, and I was like, holy mackerel, I feel so lightheaded. And then Jody Larrett, she's like, you need salt, right? And so she went to go give me a packet of salt that she tore open. I thought it was smelling salt. So if you look at the video, I'm trying to smell it. And she goes, you eat it, not smell it. And I'm like, oh, because I was
Yeah,
so
you
out of
looked.
it.
I thought you were just looking at it, and then you like, because then I thought, oh shit, you must be lightheaded because it just looked like a McDonald's packet of salt, and
It
then yeah, you
was.
did the old drop it on the tongue. You
It
were
was.
trying to smell it.
So she's like, eat it, right? And I'm over here trying to smell it, right? And I'm like, this smelling salt's fucked up. It's not working, right? And she goes, it's salt. You eat it. And I was like, oh, all right. And then and then and then I'm like, okay. And then my wife handed me a water to drink it down. So I drank the water, and then they give me another salt. I was like, what's this one? Same thing. I was like, oh, okay. Right. So I didn't make the same mistake twice. And then Michael Todd comes over and he's like, do you want some smelling salt? I was like, okay. Right. And then opened the cap and gave it to me. So I smelled it. Oh my
Yeah,
God. Jeez,
I kicked
I
my
don't know if you
neck first time having smelling salts.
Oh, I smelt this stuff, and it was the devil came right out of it and just punched me in the face. I was like, holy shit. That was the strongest smelling stuff I've ever done. I don't usually do that stuff. So I did it, and I was like, okay, I'm awake now. And then someone gave me gummy bears. I took a whole bunch of them and threw them in my mouth. And
Which was the dumbest thing ever. You look exhausted
Mhm.
trying to chew it, and
Oh,
in
I was
between,
trying
like,
to chew
because you
it
probably
quick.
spent
I
more
had a
energy.
whole I had a whole mouthful of gummy bears, right? So I'm trying to chew them up quick, and you can't chew them quick, right? So I'm
No,
like,
they're all stuck in your mouth, and
yeah,
you would have had a clangy mouth if you've just had salt. I watched when I was watching that live. I
yeah.
internally was pissing myself laughing because I was like, he's in struggle town, and you've delayed the match, and I'm like, that's all stuck in his teeth and his
Yeah.
mouth, all
I'm
clangy.
like, I'm telling Bart, I'm like, all right, hold on a minute. I'm showing him my mouth.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's full.
yeah.
I'm like a gerbil that just filled his mouth up with food. And he's like, okay. So I'm standing next to the table. And I'm like, oh my God, hurry up, swallow this shit. So then I think I swallowed half of them just whole. He's just like, all right, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm like, I'm ready. Let's do this, right? And whatever, it worked, right? Last match was easy.
Yeah, so like besides, yeah, besides the gummy bear incident, what was the difference between round one and round two that
Okay.
made you think that you could go outside of the straps and win?
Well, round one happened like I just explained to you. And then
Yeah,
round two, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go in and we're going to slip, right? In my mind, I was like, I've already had it mapped out. I'm going to go in, I'm going to hit, I'm going to slip, and then we're gonna go and I'm gonna press him down. Round 2, he didn't try to top roll. He tried to go inside with me, and that's why it ended so fast. And I was like, what the frick? It went so quick. And then I screamed, and that's why I was so lightheaded, is because I think it went too fast. And I'm ready for a war. And I'm thinking it's going to last a bit, but it didn't. And I was amazed that he tried to go inside. I think everyone wants to try inside because they think like, oh, I can stop him, right? But, historically, anytime someone's gone inside with me, I've done fine, right? I'm usually victorious and victorious quick. When Gennady did it, round 3, it was over fast. Alex did it, it was over fast. Anyone, right? Michael Todd did it with me, ended quick. Anytime someone tries to go in a hook or inside with me, that's listen, that's my roadmap. Let's do it. Anyone, I don't care.
Yeah, and then round 3.
Round 3, I think Alex was out of his element,
defeated.
Right? Round 1 and 2, he felt really strong and felt good. So that was my explosion and my follow through that worked. But round 3, I think he felt defeated and he was like, shit, I tried outside, didn't work. I tried inside, didn't work. What am I going to try? So I didn't feel the same Alex on match 3 that I felt on round 1 and 2. Round 1 and 2, he felt ridiculously strong. Like he has a strong hand, he has strong back pressure, strong side pressure. Everything felt like he was a machine, right? And so I knew I had to be on. But round 3, it was almost like that wasn't what came to the table. I think he just felt disappointed, and I think he was more disappointed that maybe he was off because he traveled a long way. He was
he had his eyes on Levan. He thought he was the next guy for Levan. So I can understand how soul shattering it would be. He wasn't overlooking you, but his goal, like everyone in the super heavyweight division, he thought he'd be the next with Levan.
Yeah, and I mean that's obviously if he had beat me, then that he would have deserved it, right? So. But where I won, because that was my aspiration too, was okay, winner of this match is going to be the one to go against the Mountain.
Yeah, and now we're here. I mean, what once again, Jerry, I'm just going to get a poll up. You seem to be one of the most, maybe, I don't know if it's underrated pullers, but every time
underrated.
Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. Underestimated, because every time when Gennady came, I was one. I've told you, I was like, nah, he's been out of the game for too long. Jerry's gonna get done. The Svetkov, I was worried about, his giant frame. It wasn't a problem. You just waited till he got tired. He fouled out. It was fine. You had the worst setup from hell with Erdemes, so I'd love to see that one run back. And then with this one, it was like we haven't seen Jerry for a while. I was certainly a 50-50 person with it. I've told you that on camera and off camera, but I've got it here. A poll I did last night, so just under 3,000 votes. 19%,
Is this like golf? The lowest score wins?
Well, you're shooting 2 under par at the moment and absolutely killing it.
What is I'm looking on my phone. It's small. What does it say?
Okay, so Levan's 81%, you're 19%.
So 81% of the people think Levan's going to lose. I like it. Okay, good.
But there's things like that bother you. Does it motivate? I know sometimes it motivates people. I know it plays with some athletes' heads that continually being the underdog, so to speak.
I think I've always been the underdog, Jake. Right?
Yeah.
And it's okay, right? I'm fine being the underdog. I like to go in and, like I said, I don't care if I'm the underdog. If I'm still going to bring 100% of what I need, or 100% of me to the match, right? barring, no health setbacks. But other than that,
or
like,
lost passports or Ubers crashing or
yeah,
that.
listen, that was, God told me I wasn't supposed to do that match and fucking, but again, no one else, I don't give a fuck who they are, right? No one else would have showed up, right? If they were as sick as me, no one would have showed up, right? I literally was in the hospital not even 10 days before in getting, IV, getting, treatment for pneumonia, couldn't even breathe. And then they put me on all those prescriptions, but whatever, it's irrelevant. Everyone's going to say it's an excuse, but yet it's not really an excuse. When I have a picture of me in the hospital with the IVs, I have a picture of all the prescriptions I was on, everything, so whatever. I was on every antibiotic. And when you take an antibiotics, you're going to be weaker, so whatever.
Yeah.
Right? It's in the past. I don't care.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to talk about Levan in just a moment. Your dead set legend, Isaiah the Prophet Martinez. Thank you very much for the super chat. He says, big shout out to Jerry. Can't wait to see him take down the mountain.
Thank you, buddy. Me too. I am anxious. Obviously I'll be nervous because if you're not nervous, you're not ready. Right? And I'm going to be a bigger, better, stronger, faster version of myself. So
that was going to be my next question with this Levan matchup. So it's official now, you versus Levan.
Anything's possible, right? Well, there's moving parts that come into play.
Course. So. I just wanted to ask if it was official or not. So then you dropped, your 8 to 10 kilos or your 20 pounds for this matchup. Is it just balls to the wall, get as big as humanly possible because he's coming in at around 180 kilos? So are you going to try and get as big as possible, or is there another avenue to train for someone like Levan?
No, I want to come in at 340, right? Because my competition weight, like when you saw me against Gennady, I was either 333 or 335, right? I think I weighed in at 333. I sweated a lot too, but so I was right around there. So I figure if I can be 340, but be a leaner 340, right? Then like I want to be as lean as I am right now. And I'm a 38 waist right now, right? And so I want to stay at 38 waist. Shit. That I am at 3.
I'm a 38 waist.
Yeah, you look it too, you fat fuck. Right? So I want to stay at 38. Incredible. I want to stay at 38, but be 340. So as long as I can keep that possible, which I think is going to be a challenge, but I got 4 months. So if in 4 months, right, what's that going to be? 315, go up 35, 25 pounds? Right, that shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay. And it's the colder months too. So I won't be sweating as much. Like now I spend all my time. I have a huge resort pool at my house. And so I spend a ton of time out there and, and in the sun and in the pool swimming. So that sheds weight off you too. A lot of it's water weight. But, I should be able to bulk up but stay leaner.
Yeah, I just had a look. That's 152 kilos. 154 kilos. Wow. That is huge. And a 38 waist. That's I'll take my hat off to you with that. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. So then, do you train anything else besides your shoulder press? Like, do you train anything else, or is it just that because that one move is so dominant? It's like you're sharpening every day. You sharpen your samurai sword, and you don't even bother about packing guns because your samurai sword is just so good. Do you train anything else?
No, I do. I practice. I do a top roll, and then like I said, the one I want is the hook, right? But so at practice, I do top roll, hook, and then I don't even do my press that much at practice because it's there. right? So I'll do it to some extent, but more so I spend a ton of time letting people get what they want, get into their strongest position, and then just bringing them back, right? So the idea is that my practice, I don't oftentimes have the ability to work on goes and hit because well, number one, it'd probably be not good, right? But the number two, I don't think I would get as much out of it as I want. So I prefer we go to practice, I set up and just let them go whenever they're ready. They
Yeah.
hit me, and I don't tell them to tell me when they're going to go. I just want them to go, so I get good at catching and then feeling and then knowing. So it's like I can practice with my eyes closed and I can tell you what someone's going to do because you just get that feeling in your hand. Where's their pressure? Where's their, where's the resistance? And I think you'll see. Well, obviously, I'm going to have to change the way I practice and to get ready for Levan because there's going to be. We can say whatever we want. The guy's a phenom, right? And
Correct.
he hasn't lost a match, not a match, right? Let
He
alone
hasn't been pinned in a super match.
correct. And I'm going to fix that.
Yeah, I see. I love confidence like that. Erdem's had mega confidence at King of the Table when he pulled Levan, and look at the show he put on. And I know you've got, you're in the top 5 most confident arm wrestlers on the planet. So it is brilliant. I'm going to get to a couple of comments, and please stick around. Jerry will go in there. Says the Lucky Ones podcast says, let's go, Jerry. The Lucky Ones support you. It's an all female arm wrestling podcast. It's a bit going on in the female arm wrestling ones.
Where are they at?
Where are you based, Lucky? Where are you based? Anyway, go and check them out. Raw Sports, my man Daff with a super chat. Thank you very much. He says, Eving attempting to pull Levan is epic. Good luck to Jerry. I can't wait. Looking good in our OG Raw shirt, Jake. Yeah, absolutely, mate. I love this shirt. Raw arm wrestling. Really appreciate it, Daff, and appreciate the super chat. That is brilliant.
Thank you.
So King of the Table, David, if it is confirmed that Jerry will pull Levan, will be December 11th, I believe.
14th.
December 14th?
Yeah, it's a Saturday. I think it's the 14th.
So let me scroll down. Let's just get it right. Yeah, the 14th. The Aussie arm wrestler won't be there because his daughter's first birthday is on the 12th, and I don't go anywhere in December. So unfortunately, I'll be missing one of the biggest matches of the year. Do you think?
I usually do better when you're not there anyway. So.
Well, your comeback's been great since I haven't been there. What are you, 3-1? 3-1?
Yeah.
You might have needed that Aussie magic though when you pulled Erdem's. But do you think Levan has a weakness? And do you know, like, what do you think it is if he has one?
Food. I think take it away from him. But he's I think everyone would say the same thing, right? Where when they saw him pull Hermes and Hermes went into the press, Levan showed that he looked like he struggled there. And I am positive that Hermes' press is nowhere near as my press. And so obviously I would envision that Levan's working on that, and then he's going to, make that a focal point to get stronger there. But I think he's just a well-rounded arm wrestler. I mean, when you're talking 400 pounds and you're mean, right? But he's actually a wicked nice dude off the table. He's genuine. He's a nice dude. I ate with him, and he's super cool dude.
He's a great guy.
No, absolutely. And but just a phenom on the table. So now I have to elevate, and it's all about me, right? So I have to elevate me to come up there and go after him. And because I don't think he needs to get stronger. I don't think he needs to change anything. I think he just needs to maintain. And I think maintaining when you're that big, that strong, that good, it takes a lot of work. And my weightlifting lifts are probably comparable to him, um, whether people believe it or not. But I mean, I'm relentless in the weight room. I just
Yes.
need to work on getting relentless in putting myself in positions that are going to be detrimental to Levan. I need to be faster and close to his level, right? So if I can get faster and stay super strong and I can come in around 340 and, I've got an amazing bench and I think putting that to work when I can get behind it, is it going to be enough? And then I have a heart that doesn't quit, right? So, I mean, my pride, my heart, my everything, I'm in it as a war. And so I think that's one of the other advantages I got is I'll never give up.
Yeah. No, I absolutely love it. I can't wait for the match. So then I'll get to an OG, Carolyn Looms, superstar, an absolute superstar. Says, hi, Jerry. Hi, Jerry. Congrats on cleaning up your diet. Was there any vegetarian or drink you took that helped you, or pure carnivore? Please and thank you. So what were the things you did to drop the weight?
I did. I switched over to the more clean eating and chicken steak, and then the green juice. I like the green juice, and then I drank the mango juice. And so what I stopped eating was pasta. I stopped eating bread. And if I had to have a sandwich, I only put the sandwich on the bread, and I ate what I had to, and then threw away the rest of the bottom piece of bread. And I think it's just a matter of staying away from the shit food, right? And if you keep eating processed garbage, right, that's the stuff that's killing us. And so I just literally, and it kills me because my kids, they still eat like that, right? And so they're eating chips right in front of me, my favorite kind. And I'm like, are those Cool Ranch Doritos? Oh yeah. Let me just smell them, right? And I'm like, let me just put my hand in and touch it. I'm gonna lick my fingers, right? And I was like, that's not eating it. That's not cheating, right? But
send your
so
kids to the room if they've got something tasty. They get in trouble. Right, off you go.
yeah. Don't be afraid to drop one of those pieces when you run by me. But I'll lick it. But
yeah, you don't need a vacuum cleaner.
yeah, but I still ate like steak. We went out and I take my wife out once a week, and we go out, pretty much every Saturday night, get away from the Rugrats. And so I'll go out, and then you know what the toughest thing is too was drinks. I only drink one night a week, and on Saturdays, and almost every drink that I liked had tons of sugar. Like I was a huge Twisted Tea fan, and then I
Yeah.
looked at the sugar; it's 31 grams of sugar. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm looking up online. I'm like, what drinks can I drink? If you're pre-diabetic and you want to bring your levels down, and it's like everyone was like nasty. So
You got to
I end
drink
up,
diet water. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. You know what? The new drink is a Bloody Mary, and
Yes.
so there's it's lower in sugar, and it was on the chart that it was like diabetic approved. So I'm like, yeah. I just sound like a queer going up to the bar. I was like, "Can I get a whole Bloody Mary?" Right? It's like that's the drink you usually drink when you're trying to recover from too much alcohol the day before, and it's in the morning. So I'm over there, at dinner. I'm like, "Can I get a Bloody Mary?" They're like,
145 kilo bloke. Yeah, just
yeah,
Bloody
yeah,
Mary, thanks, mate.
yeah. I'm like, put extra bacon in it too.
Oh man, it's going to be great, guys. We've only got about 5 or so minutes with Jerry. Get some questions in for sure. I have one that I would, which I think would be mega if you would do it. Right. Worst case scenario, we get to December 14th. It's King of the Table. It's Jerry versus Levan for number 1. It's all written there. And Levan is having visa issues. and he can't get into the United States,
Then they won't do it.
would you do a double simulcast where they have the rest of the card in the United States? Would you fly to Turkey to pull Levan in a one-off match?
I think
to end the King of the Steel card,
they said
different
Dubai.
venues.
I think they said Dubai if he
Dubai, sorry, King of the Table, of course, Dubai.
Yeah.
But would you fly there?
Wherever this match has to happen, it's going to happen, and I'll be there, right? If they told me I have to fly to Antarctica and I got to pull outside in a negative 20-degree weather, I'll be there.
Yes. That's what we want.
If they told me I had to go all the way to Australia, I'd go.
But hang on, don't say it's like a bad thing. We're pretty close to Antarctica as well. we're not that far off.
I liked Australia a lot until I was like, all the dangerous shit that's in Australia. It's like, what? Lachlan was, I was talking to Lachlan. He's telling me about like there's bugs that hide underneath the door handles. There's bugs that go in your shoes. There's, it's like tell me all these nasty things that can kill you. And then there's like these little blowfish, and then you guys got scorpions. You got I'm like, yeah, it used to be in my top 10. I think it just fizzled down.
Mate, we've got everything. Like as we are right now in my studio, the camera won't be able to see it, but I have a spider in the corner, just there. It's a daddy long legs, like it can't harm you.
Oh yeah, that's. But
fine. Yeah, but we have spiders. The most dangerous thing in Australia is that can kill you? Drunk women. I wouldn't be worried about the snakes and the sharks. That's for sure.
That's one of the reasons I wanted to go.
Still come. It's not as bad as we make it out to be. It's not as bad. Right. Some questions now for Big Daddy. Where was one? Where was yours, Arminian? I had it there. I've lost it now. Oh, here it is. Jerry, will you work on back pressure to catch Levan so you can switch to your ace move and finish him in a press?
I've been working on my back pressure. If you saw me with Alex, I had tons of down and back because I wanted to stop an explosiveness from going this way. So had I missed go, I could work on catching and then still being able to get behind. So I don't think it's at the level where I could stop Levan from hitting outside, but I'm going to get it there.
Okay. I love it. Ephraim, thank you very much. Super Chat says, let's go, Jerry. Make the flop great again. It's funny. It's funny when people that aren't liked by a small minority, they just and they keep winning, like you and Camille Jablonski. You guys are today's version of the King's move. Because like forever, it was, the King move sucks. It's cheating. It's boring. And now because you and Camille keep winning, I know Camille didn't win on the weekend, but you guys keep winning. It's, no, the flop press. Now it's boring. And it's just like, we can't just hook or top roll guys. There's plenty of moves in arm wrestling.
Well, and don't forget, I'm fine if they want to just go in a hook, right? I'd rather go in a hook. It's the only time the flop comes out is it has to be pretty much an elite puller. Otherwise, I can control the hand, right? But an elite puller, my difference is if we're starting straight and it's right here, and I'm going to go jump in, so I go from here to here, and they're going to go after my hand. I'm going to give it up, but from here to here, I'm going to pick up 1.5 inches, right? So I'm okay giving it up to gain the 1.5 inches. So I feel like I can get my body behind it and then continue, right? And that's where the slip comes in, and then the straps come in. And when we're in the straps, my success rate in the straps is super high. Yeah, almost as high as my success rate in a long match. My success rate in a super long match is I'm doubtful that you'll see me lose in a long match.
Oh, mate, I hope that's a long match with Levan. Just because I like watching you both compete, to be honest. Question for Jerry, says Roy. If the match was in Turkey, do you think it would have gone the same? I think yes, but I am curious to know what you think.
If my match with Alex was in Turkey?
Yes.
I think the outcome would have still been the same, only based on the fact that I I felt him, and let's say it affects you 10%, right? The travel, 10%. That 10% wouldn't have been enough to make it a difference in the match. Maybe the match was a little bit longer, but I don't think, and I'm not taking anything away from Alex because he was big, he was strong, he was incredible, right? But I don't think you're picking up 40% just because of the difference in location. I didn't pick up 40% by competing here. It's how much do you lose when you get on a plane and travel out there? And 10, maybe 15%, depending on the day that you arrive. And I think he arrived on Wednesday. I arrived on Wednesday. So I think he arrived Wednesday night or Thursday morning. He should have arrived on Tuesday, and he probably would have been fine by Saturday.
Okay, there you go. Thank you very much for that, Roy. A few more guys, and then we'll have to wrap up. Says Jerry, will you prepare in case Levan tries to grip low or even go for a high hook?
Yeah, I envision that that's probably what he's going to try to do, is grab a little bit lower. And the problem with that is it's going to enable me to jump into a deep hook, right? Because you're not going to grab that low and then come over in a top roll. He grabs that low and he's going to try to do a flat hand side roll. And I think, I'll be positioned for it. I'll know, right? As soon as we grip up, I've been doing it long enough. It's inevitable. I'm going to know which way they're going to want to go just based on how and where they grab my hand and where the pressure is. So I thought about that, and I think if he does grab low, it's going to be a different strategy where instead of just I won't dive in for a flop, I'll have to dive in for more of a higher position to come in on his hand and then come down. But let's not give away all my secrets yet.
No, because it's not booked yet, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
It's not booked yet. Carl says, not a question, but just wanted to say thank you for everything you do, Jerry. And I'm praying for you to beat Levan. Let's go big.
That's the idea, my man. Thank you very much. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a war.
I cannot wait for it. Improving Astrology, superstar. He's been a supporter for ages. He says, thanks for bringing it home for Team West. I don't know if you knew, Jerry. It was 9-4 in the Team West, Team East versus West. Do you have any advice for novice pullers that like to pull a flop press?
Get good at it, right? And focus on your fingertips, right? You got to. Well, a lot of people think you can just jump in and it's just an easy move, right? And it's not. You've got to have strong fingertips, contrary to what everyone thinks, right? Because if you just let it go here and you come out and someone comes out on your hand and you're trying to press down, your hand's going to go to the pin pad, but their hand's going to be well above it and you can't win. So the goal is to hold on with your fingertips. So work on your fingertips. I do pull-ups. I'd show you over there. I do pull-ups on a 2x4, and where the fuck is it? Hold on. So over here, can you see it?
Oh yeah.
So I put the 2x4 across there, and I do pull-ups by just my fingertips here, and no thumbs, and just do pull-ups one at a time. Boom, 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 holding it up. So that's pretty. There's my shirt from Miami. Orlando, right? There's Gennadi's shirt. There's Georgie's shirt. And then Ermi's shirt was going to go in the trash, but, it's over there.
You like doing the swap. Just last one, mate. I just wanted to get your opinion off topic. You saw, did you, because you might have been prepping for your match, did you see the shenanigans with Devon and Chance Shaw? And if you did, what were you... what were your thoughts? Your face said it all.
What I do is, being the last match, it's a little bit more difficult, right? So we go and hang up in the in our hotel room, and we always rent the pay-per-view. And so we can watch the matches, but it's in AC and I'm relaxed and everything's there. So I was trying not to die laughing when that match was going on. It was just, what a crazy, crazy match.
Nah, it was a bit of fun. It was a bit of fun. Guys, if we can you do two things? One, can you please wish Jerry Cadorette all the best for his hopefully soon officially made, and hopefully all the ducks line up in a row, official match with Levan, SAGINASHVILI. I love both guys, but I'm going to be on Team Jerry. Team Jerry, here we go. And second of all, can we all please thank Jerry for taking his time to come on the show? Jerry, as always, thanks for being a Dead Set legend.
Thank you so much. It's awesome. And hello to all the fans, and thank you guys. You know, thanks for the support. Even if you're not on Team Jerry, right? It's okay. Just the support to arm wrestling means the world to all of us. The sport's been growing exponentially, right? And I love the direction and the trajectory, whatever, of the direction.
Trajectory.
Yeah, of the way it's going, right? And it's because of everyone. So, you know, it's spread it, right?
Yeah, beautiful. And